Welcome back. Thank you for sticking around here, Saints Nation. We're about to get underway with round 2 of the UConnect Collegiate Invitational. Once again, my name's Dan Banner, also known as Mr. Danner, is going to be your host here again for this next matchup as Rutgers, they're kind of coming in hot here. They just had a fantastic 3-0 victory up against UW Esports. And as I'm sure you can hear, we're hopping into the game right away. St. Clair versus Rutgers University. So you have to start here. Quick Boy already on the defense here for Rutgers, and actually maybe even trying to get an opportunity for himself, get a shot off. Velvix right there as well for defensive side of things, and Kanazai. All right, we'll go with that. Kanazai with the demo onto Endeavor, and it's going to leave the opening here for Velvix to find himself the first goal of this series after the pass from Quick Boy right into center, and the demo from Kanazai right in perfect position as well. Take out the goaltender. There's no penalty for that. It's encouraged. Take him down. Free, wide open net. Nicely done, Rutgers. I tell you what, though, you can feel the confidence in the air here from Rutgers whenever they have the ball already, and it's only been a couple seconds in. They seem much more faster paced. They're willing to take those plays, take the shots that it seems like Harrisburg was not necessarily willing to do. However, St. Clair back on the attack now. We did see the one shot there from Garashni. Endeavor going to get taken down here by Quick Boy, able to fend off the takedown. All to Endeavor, going to knock it down. However, Velvix is right here to try and pass it forward. Nice centering shot. Kanazai ready to try and make the shot happen, but it's going to be pushed aside here from Garashi. However, unfortunately, the wall kind of going up against him here. Passes it down to Quick Boy. And we now have a loose ball once again in the midfield zone. Kanazai moving forward here. Quick Boy alongside. And actually the juke solo play here from Kanazai going to be successful and take the goal here. He's able to get past Kamal. Tries to slow it down, but unfortunately maybe slowed down a little bit too much. And Garachi, if he had went straight forward, he probably would have unfortunately knocked it into his own net. So Rutgers University firing on all cylinders and hitting the NOS right off the start apparently. Making this work here for them. A nice quick 2-0 lead for Rutgers. Velvix off to Kanazai, but it's going to be stopped by Kamal, pushed aside. He's going to try and chase it down for himself. Endeavor not going to quite get a piece of it until late, where Garashi is going to be right there to try and pass it off to Kamal. Successfully does so. Can he get his own rebound? Not going to be able to receive that pass, rather. Kanazai off the roof to Velvix. Shot going to be stopped by Garashi. Quick Boy back into the corner of the St. Clair zone. Kamal gets demoed by Quick Boy. We've seen them trying this in the first goal. Take the goalie out and find a free shot, but St. Clair was ready for it this time. Had somebody additional here on defense and make sure that ball did not end up going into the net for free. Quick Boy going to stop any sort of play there. And we see Garashi actually headhunting, but Velvix with a nice little sidestep of sorts. How do you sidestep in a car? I'm not 100% sure, but he definitely made it look good this time by. You can just tell that the pace here from this Rutgers University squad is just so much faster compared to what we saw in match number 1 versus, of course, the Harrisburg Esports Club. Kanazai tries to get it out, but it's going to be Kamal bringing it right back in off the backboard. Endeavor going to meet up with Quick Boy. Back to Velvix, who's back over to Quick Boy. Right back to Kanazai now. Garashi with a solid demo on to Kanazai. Going to collect it in the midfield. However, a shot on target there from Velvix is going to force Kamal to make the save. You see Garashi now on a bit of a headhunting spree. After a couple whiffed attempts, he's really finding the mark now with 2 demos within the last minute or 2. This ball in front. Kanazai going to just beat Kamal just barely, but Kamal's going to get it back at the wall. Gets past Quick Boy. Endeavor misses the shot, and Garashi was not quite in the proper angle to get a piece of it. Tries to make his own rebound happen. He got a piece of it, but not enough of an angle to actually make it happen. Endeavor kind of getting held up there as well. Not going to be able to continue any of the offense in that situation. Kamal barely going to get there in time as Velvix was coming in hot. Ever soft touch in the corner. Doesn't want to center it against his own squad here. You see Kanazai walking through. Goes right through the crease, but just enough of an interference there from Kamal is going to stop that shot from happening. 1 minute left here in this first game. Saints down by 2. Need to make something happen and make it happen quickly. Otherwise, it looks like Rutgers is going to find themselves on the board first here in this best of 5. Other than a bit of a rough start, Saints have been able to keep it out of their zone, or out of the net at least, but the offense just quite hasn't been there just yet. A centering attempt, however. Garashi going to get interfered with. A nice little push over there from Kanazai. Kamal over to Garashi. Shot going to be going high. Rebound going to be stopped by Kanazai. Makes sure he could dump it into corner rather than force the 50-50 in the crease. Kamal looks to pick it up for himself. He nearly does it, but Velvik's going to get a piece of it. Endeavor pushing it towards center. The aggression is finally starting to show up here for St. Clair, but I think Rutgers has held on long enough to the point where St. Clair might find one if they're lucky, but one is not going to get them back into this game. Game number 1 going to go into the favor of Rutgers University. Solid job there from the side of Rutgers, limiting St. Clair to only 2 shots in that entire game, while they got 5 for themselves, and of course they are able to make 2 count. We'll take the 2 over the nothing, obviously. Velvix was in perfect position as well. The 2 shots that were on target, he was the goaltender for both situations, keeping it out of the net. And we're going to quickly hop into game number 2. It looks like just around the corner. Some adjustments definitely need to be made from St. Clair, and it did look like they were starting to get it towards the end of that game. But we'll have to see as we go into game number 2 right here, right now, if they can keep up that pressure. Because even though it felt like they were in the Rutgers zone for an eternity, they only managed 2 shots out of it. So even still, Rutgers was just able to stop any sort of threatening shot from actually coming down. You see off the face-off, we are back in the St. Clair zone. Kamal trying to stop this. We see a shot on target, and Kanazai going to start things off strong as Rutgers going to find themselves on the board first once again. As the pass from Velvix right to Kanazai. Unfortunately, Kamal, he tried to make that extra flip, just stall himself out, but was not quite in position to make that save. So now, once again, pressure's on for St. Clair to make something happen here. Right back into the Saints zone. Kanazai there with Velvix. Velvix was looking for a one-time opportunity, but did not quite fall in his favor. Quick boy with the interference. Going to bring this all the way down into the St. Clair zone. Shot on target, stopped by Endeavor. Quick boy keeps it right back into the Saints zone. Bumps him with the spoiler. Tries to get a shot off that way. Did center it for Kanazai, but not going to get past Saints defense. All, however, tries to make the solo play. Velvix already in the skies, ready to stop any sort of extra attempt. Kamal, though, does find another shot, and he's going to get St. Clair on the board for the first time in this series. After Velvix and Kanazai have a bit of an awkward bounce on the wall, and nobody was able to get there in time. Quick boy made the attempt, but Kamal going to find the first goal here for St. Clair, tying this up, breathing some life here into the Saints. Of course, it's only game 2, and they weren't necessarily down by that much, but of course, it still hurts to see yourself down, no matter how many times you try to pelt that ball towards the net. It just didn't seem to be happening. To be able to get one to break through here could be the start of something. A little bit of extra confidence maybe on the side of St. Clair. Like I was mentioning before in the pre-show of the first game, during the producers' prospects, it really felt like in game 1, or in match 1 rather, versus Harrisburg, they were all warmed up, they came out swinging, and all was good. But the confidence did not seem to be there off the start of this Rutgers match, and it really feels like Saints have themselves quite the slow start. Granted, if they can keep this up, it's only taken them to game 2 to really get this moving, which isn't bad, all things considered. But they have to keep up the pressure and not get stuck in their own zone like we've seen Rutgers do successfully in game 1. All getting something started, however. Bumps it into the corner where Quick Boy is waiting for it. Going to try and clear it. Not going to happen. No, Grashi right there, ready and waiting. Velvix going to get around Grashi, however. No boost, but he's going to be able to just clear this thing at least. Kanazai going to pick it up, but it's going to be pushed away. Endeavor going to try and make his own play along the boards. Can he get the piece of it? Unfortunately, it kind of rolled over his roof. He wanted one extra piece, and that's going to leave this net wide open. How the hell did they not get a goal off that? A huge error coming out from the Rutgers team as they were not able to make that breakaway stick. Extremely unfortunate, and hopefully on the side of Rutgers that isn't a mental shattering moment. As we do see in the last couple moments after that play, it feels like Rutgers really got squirrely there, like really got nervous. We have ourselves a shot. Kamal going to make the shot, but it's going to be Velvix with the save. Endeavor going to bring it right back in. Velvix once again going to try and push this across center. We see Kamal now, shot on target, going to be stopped by Quick Boy. Garashi at center using any boost he has to at least stop this for a moment to let Endeavor go forward and try and fight with Velvix here for it. Kamal is there for backup, but he's trying to see what Velvix tries to do. And we do see Kamal. He's not falling for that crap this time around. Beautifully done from him to keep this in. Endeavor shot on target. Kanazai with the save. Kamal bouncing shot, going to be going high. Once again, rebound from Garashi goes high as well. Endeavor pushes it into the corner. Going to get stopped, however. Who's back on the side of St. Clair? Kamal is ready and waiting. Make that save. Shot on target there from Kanazai, however. Going to be pushed aside from Garashi. Still has enough pressure to keep this thing moving, however. Really has this Rutgers squad all clumped up, and you're not going to be able to do any sort of passing plays like that. Endeavor, slow pass, not going to find anybody, though. Everybody's back getting boost. Garashi going to push this into his own corner. Doesn't have any boost, actually. Going to try and slow it down. Nice little juke there, actually. And he's going to be able to at least challenge Kanazai for just a moment, blowing some of their boost, some of that extra resources. Kamal going to dodge one of the players, but Endeavor and him going to collide in the corner, going to force Garashi to use everything he has to get the centering attempt. Kanazai, though, with the save. A little bit of boost on hand, going to try and get a backboard bounce, but it's not going to go in the direction he wants. Garashi from deep, coming in to try and make the play off the backboard. Velvix going to push us aside, however. Stops any sort of pressure here. 25 seconds left in this second game. A much different story compared to game number one between these two teams. Kamal really keeping that up in the skies for quite the while. But if he's not too careful, it very well could end up forcing overtime. Quick Boy getting in the way of Endeavor. 10 seconds and counting here, and the ball is now in the St. Clair zone. Could be dangerous here for St. Clair, especially with Endeavor getting taken down by Kanazai. 1 second left to go. Kamal's just going to push us towards the ground. Make sure that this doesn't get any sort of last-second opportunity for the side of Rutgers. Probably wise, considering one of their players was just demoed. Definitely makes sense. Don't want to play those last seconds up. Essentially a player down for a briefest of moments. But who's going to clutch up here? It looks like it's going to be Rutgers, but another breakaway whiff after a very awkward bounce here on the side of Rutgers University. That's two opportunities where that, in theory, should have been a sure thing. That being said, though, that was a very awkward bounce, and it's definitely hard to get a hold of, but definitely a heartbreaker once again here for Rutgers, but they very well might be able to still pull this off. They did have enough pressure for a moment. Redirect here from Kamal. Endeavor with the shot, and St. Clair are going to pull this one around, take advantage of the whiffed opportunities from Rutgers. Huge pass from Garashi to Kamal, right to Endeavor. Tic-tac-toe, call it a game. We have ourselves quite the challenge now here, but I love to see back and forth matchup here between the two teams. Let's take a look at the scoreboards, of course. It's going to be Endeavor and Kamal with the goals on the side of St. Clair, with Kanazai with the goal on the side of Rutgers. As you can see here, they're not even letting me transition here. We're going to hop right into it. St. Clair, they're hot right now. They want to keep this game going, and it looks like Rutgers is actually going to let them do so as we hop right back into it. Game 3 underway. Kanazai with an opportunity to make himself a bit of a breakout, but there was two defensive Saints ready and waiting. Endeavor looking to pick up where he left off last game, and he's going to come in hot. This is exactly why they wanted to keep this game going here, as Kamal passes it down off of the wall, and just enough of contact was made, and actually Velvix gets a second touch on it to redirect it into his own net. Unfortunate part for Velvix, of course, sometimes as a defense player, that's just going to happen. Unlucky bounces really can throw things off here. And if I'm Rutgers University right now, I am absolutely floored with how this match has been going. It feels like everything has been going against them. And Endeavor coming in clutch again after the huge pass from Kamal. Lines him up right off the wall. Once again, actually off the roof as well. Aerial shot. Endeavor going to put it off of his hood and successfully get past all three of the defending Rutgers players. And this is kind of what I was talking about when I'm talking about their mental game, their psyche, because with so many unforced errors in this match here from Rutgers, it kind of starts to play with your head a little bit. You had 2 breakaways in that last game. You didn't clutch out any of them. That would have easily won the game before overtime. You're in defense, but you make one extra flip, and the ball happens to make contact with you and redirects into the net while trying to save it. Like, these are all things that just feels like the world's out against you, and it's an absolute heartbreaker to deal with. They have to try and shake this off and get themselves back into this game. Of course, Game 3 out of a possible best of 5, so they still have time to make something happen. This is only a 1-1 series, and Kanazai was looking to try and get that, to at least get something started, rather, after getting his own double touch. Kamal going to bring it back in off the backboard once again. Saints have been actually allowed to get away with that a lot more often, it feels like, in Game 2 and now in Game 3. It felt like Rutgers University during Game 1 was shutting that down every single time. But we could have an opportunity. Garashi with a huge save. Quick Boy was sitting in the crease just waiting to get a tap on that. But unfortunately for him, not going to be able to find that. Nice shot from Kamal. Huge save, though, from Quick Boy. Rebound opportunity. Going to be stopped by Kanazai. Kamal coming in for his own rebound. It's going to go in once again. Saints putting in the hurt in this third game here, as we now have ourselves a 3-goal lead, with Kamal going to put it back across the, or not across the hood, but just over the roof of Quick Boy. And Rutgers, after having such a fantastic first series, might be feeling pain here. And a double demo here. Kanazai getting the refrag in Rocket League. Never thought I'd say that, but we're going to see Endeavor now, once again, in the center. Passes it, Garashi going to get a piece in the other corner, but a nice save from Velvix, though. Rebounds, Kamal gets himself his second goal of the game after a huge play from Garashi and Endeavor setting that thing up. Endeavor just running interference, and then we do see Kamal finishing that one off. And just like I was saying before, how long does it take the Saints to warm up? Right away, or does it take a couple games? It feels like it took a couple games, but in those games, they did not lose too much or didn't fall themselves too far behind. Now that they're all warmed up, they're really feeling it right now, it seems. And they're just putting the absolute hurt here onto Rutgers. Still plenty of time, however. This could end up being a massive high-scoring game. You see Endeavor coming in hot, trying to make one more, maybe get goal number 5 here for the Saints. But of course, the Saints have to make sure that they don't overextend. Yes, you have pressure. Yes, you have the momentum. But it can easily be shut down by one opportunity, by one goal. And God forbid the mental game flips on you, and then you're the one feeling the hurt. We're actually going to try and push it forward. He has himself a bit of a breakout opportunity. Kamal with the redirect. It probably wouldn't have won in anyway. There was a challenging Velvix right there from Rutgers. Had that just been a straight-on shot, it does not quite find its mark. Quick Boy dumps it in. Endeavor, they're ready and waiting. Garashi is going to let that one go. Let Endeavor actually try and pick this one up. Makes contact here with Kanazai as Velvix going to push it back into the St. Clair zone with under 2 minutes left in play. Kamal bringing it forward, and he's going to find himself another. I think that's the hat trick here for him after a very awkward bounce. I didn't think nothing of it until we see Velvix once again. Just another unfortunate bounce here for the side of Rutgers University. Yes, Kamal was in the right place, right time, of course, but the extra little bounce off of Velvix, he must be absolutely kicking himself. And to have a player like Velvix, who was like coming off the gate super confident, always being aggressive, if you shake him, I think you shake the entire squad, and it seems to be a trickle-down effect here across the entire Rutgers University squad. Still just under a minute 20 left in this third game. If I'm Rutgers at this point, I just want to get one. I want to shut down the momentum here from St. Clair and just know that, hey, we can break this. We just got to smarten up a little bit. But constant goals like this are just going to make it worse and worse as we see Kamal getting his 4th goal of the game, getting past Velvix once again. Is barely coming up short again here for Velvix. Minute to go, and the goals just keep on coming now here for St. Clair. Rachi just going to shut down Kanazai as well, just stop any sort of play from happening for St. Clair in this position. Of course, they don't need to score anymore, but like I was saying before, just don't let them find themselves with a highlight moment to try and build some momentum off of. And Quick Boy is just going to dump it into his own net. If that doesn't scream I'm shook, then I don't know what does. As Velvix off of the one player in, oh my goodness, I don't even think that was actually on purpose now that I really think about it. I think he was trying to dump it into the corner. But I have never seen a team so unlucky in my life here, especially in this season specifically, as Rutgers University. It's crazy to see how many awkward bounces is not going in their favor. Possible shot opportunity there with 30 seconds left to go. Velvix going to try and build some sort of momentum here. Tries to get it past Karachi. Actually has an opportunity, but Endeavor going to push this aside. Velvix off the backboard. Quick Boy up in the center. Loose in the center. A nice little bump there from Quick Boy to just pick it right back up. But with 10 seconds left, and Velvix taken out of the picture after a solid demo from Kamal. This one is all but over, but we still have some games here for possible retribution. And at least Kanazai, he's going to find the one. Now, granted, that one, at least personally, that one doesn't feel as good, but maybe that could have been something to get themselves started. Go into the next game, maybe a little bit, with a little bit more momentum. But it did feel like St. Clair just kind of let that one go, and with it being a single elimination, you don't have to worry about like tiebreakers or anything in this situation. Let's take a look at that. 5 goals from Kamal, 2 on Endeavor, and holy smokes, these guys are going quick. They're going to really make me run here today, but it's what we like to see. Of course, Saints not going to let Rutgers stop the bleeding, so to speak. Match point here for St. Clair College. Rutgers needs to find themselves a victory here in this 4th game. Otherwise, their run is going to be cut short as well. And Endeavor is really putting the hurt onto Velvix, and Kamal's just let to walk right in. That is absolutely brutal here for Rutgers. Garachi just playing point guard or something, just taking them down, pushing them into the corner. The enforcer in this situation just lets all walk right in. This different style with this new lineup here from the St. Clair squad definitely has me excited, especially if this is the squad that we do get going into the main season. Of course, do not get me wrong, the players that we've had all in the past seasons, they're always fantastic, but it's always cool to see it change. Velvix up in the sky to start things off. Kamal going to stop it for the time being. Garachi into the corner. Shot from Kamal, and he hits the post. Endeavor was there to try and make the rebound, but it does get pushed aside. Going to opt to play the safe route, go back into the net. Velvix, shot on target, not going to get past the crossbar. Every defender's best friend in that situation. Unlucky for Velvix. 1 goal, especially from Velvix, could very well turn this one around because he's had the worst luck out of anybody, I think, so far in this series. Give him a point, and it could very well turn around. We see a shot on target. It's going to be picked up from Velvix. All bringing it right back towards the center. Going to be picked up by Quick Boy, but Endeavor going to check it, push it aside. Kanazai, it would control, pushes it up to Velvix, but I think that does get knocked away. Kamal crossing through the crease. Rashi going to push it right back. Centering attempts going to be pushed aside by Quick Boy. Velvix trying to clean up and push this forward. Actually gets around all of the defenders right now from St. Clair, but did not quite have enough control to push that back towards the target. So dumps it back and puts it to Quick Boy. All with control, doesn't get all of it, however. Velvix gets the opportunity to center. Beautiful pass, but his team was a little bit slow on it, but it does not matter. Kanazai going to finish that one off, and we have ourselves a 1-1 game. Rutgers keeping the Saints honest in this situation, keeping it close, not letting this one be a runaway, keep themselves in the game. That could be the spark that Rutgers needed to get themselves back into this game, but once again, Endeavor just going for the throw here onto Velvix. Just time and time again taking him out of the play, but at least because he was demoed, he's all the way back there, ready for some additional defense. Kamal gonna pop this one aside, try to get this cleared out. He does get past everybody, but it's gonna be him and Garashi versus the world. As Endeavor got taken down for a second, Garashi trying to make a play. Velvix taking it slow, but just gonna redirect it into the corner, playing it safe. Don't mind that play at all. We see Endeavor centering attempts going to be pushed aside here by Kanazai, but Kamal is there ready and waiting. Is Endeavor going to be able to get a redirect? He pops it upwards, but who's going to be able to get there first? It looks like it's going to be Quick Boy and Velvix. As Velvix with an opportunity, but he's going to be stopped. Garashi right there, right place, right time, make that save. Velvix still ready and just sharking this ball. Shot on target from Quick Boy. Does get stopped by Kamal. Pass from Kanazai. Tic-tac-toe play nearly making its mark. But Garashi going to make the save. Shut that one down. Tell you what, this Rutgers team is starting to build up a little bit of steam in this situation. Oh, awkward bounce, however, right down into the crease. Does get pushed aside for the side of Rutgers, thankfully for them. Otherwise, that could have put this game back into the St. Clair's favor. Awkward bounce is going to go away from Endeavor, so it's going to allow Velvix. Brief moment, flicks it above the defenders, but Kamal's going to be up there ready and waiting, and he's going to keep challenging Velvix, making sure he cannot make any save. Minute 30 left here in this game. Centering attempt here from Quick Boy. Not going to find any of his teammates, however. Velvix, dump and chase opportunity. Just dumps it right into the crease. You see Kanazai with the shot, actually, and he's going to be able to find the goal. I did not quite see the angle on how that one happened. Garashi tried to make the save. He made the first initial one, but this bounce actually bounced off Kamal. Unfortunate there for the St. Clair squad as Kamal dumps this one into his own net. Just trying to get there to make the save. And this is going to put Rutgers University in an opportunity to force a Game 5. And this could very well slip the other way around if St. Clair lets it. Own goals always hurt. It's just a matter of how do you respond after the fact. And we do see a massive triple pass play here coming out from St. Clair. Try and get a shot on target. It was nearly on target, but it does go a little bit wide. Endeavor in the corner. Fighting up there. I think that was with Quick Boy. Kanazai now making some contests here as well. Kamal nearby. Going to try and flick past them. Is going to be successful, but Endeavor is right there ready and waiting. Looks to try and stop Velvix, but Velvix actually gets a good hit onto that. Going to dump it all the way in. Kanazai going to get taken down, however. So the big playmaker, the big goal scorer so far, by the side of Rutgers, out of the play for at least a moment. Endeavor centering attempts, but nobody home. Kamal's going to have to go pretty far back to try and make this play. Endeavor up high, tries to make the centering attempt. Velvix misses his mark. This could be the opening St. Clair's looking for to tie this one up, but they're not going to be able to make their mark at all. Kamal going to try and get another piece of it. Kanazai back and ready to fly, and it could be a forced Game 5. Rutgers might have very well stopped the bleeding here against St. Clair. Unless one final play. Can Garashi clutch this one up? He's not going to be able to do so. He found the opportunity to break out, but the ball does touch the ground. Well, I tell you what, everybody. I asked for a good match, and we definitely have ourselves a good match between these two teams. Doing a fantastic job so far in this series. Rutgers, from a brutal Game 3 that looked like all hope was lost, are bringing it back in Game 5, happening right here, right now. Somebody's tournament run is ending after this game. Who will it be? We'll have to see. St. Clair had the pressure for the most part that last game, but just a couple opportunities gone in the way of Rutgers, and they were able to capitalize maybe a little bit stronger compared to St. Clair. We do see them starting to get again. Velvix maybe starting to get a little bit more steam. maybe finally starting to shake off some of the rust that was some of those unlucky plays that we saw happen to him and the rest of his team. Quick boy to Kanazai, gonna dump it in. Kamal is ready and waiting along the wall, however. Gonna get past everybody except Velvix. Never does get demoed. Kanazai headhunting the goalie. That's how they, of course, scored the first goal of the entire series with a little bit of goalie headhunting. Kanazai shot on target. Good save, Kamal. Velvix misses his save, however. Kamal versus Quick Boy here in the corner. Endeavor tried to make a lineup as well, try to make the shot happen, but did not quite go as planned. Grashi in the corner took his time, waited for his team to get back in position. Kamal shot. This could be deadly, but is going to be pushed away here by Velvix. Nicely done. Gets into the corner, and Endeavor actually misses his mark. Grashi actually misses his mark. Kanazai nearly had himself a breakaway opportunity, but the fact that Kamal was right there ready and waiting was absolutely perfect timing. Endeavor centers. Shot. Going to hit the post, actually. Grashi barely not going to find contact here. And Kanazai is going to be able to center this, or not center it, but clear it out for at least a moment. Endeavor shot from high. Going to be pushed aside here by Velvix. Grashi tries a center. Not going to happen this time, at least. Endeavor challenging, but not going to quite get the shot he was looking for, but Kamal might be able to. Back and forth battle here. The pace of this game is absolutely ridiculous. I have a hard time following it a little bit myself, but what we like to see, two teams playing at the highest level possible. Kanazai gets himself the shot. Another shot actually from Velvix. Going to be stopped here from Kamal. Grashi, can he find contact? He's not going to be able to. Kind of stuck flying until he finds himself a demo opportunity actually against Quick Boy. Forces Velvix to come make the save once again. Grashi back in the corner here up against Quick Boy. Quick Boy tries to center it down. Long pass actually is going to just go up to Kamal. Grashi back down to Endeavor. Endeavor gets a tiny piece of it, racing up against Velvix, however, getting pushed around. Kanazai going to push it away. Nice little punch there from Kamal, however, dunks it under one of the defenders. It's going to be sent right back into the St. Clair zone. Shot attempt here from Kanazai. Centers, and it's going to be dispersed for the moment. Very close situation here. Rough spot for Kamal. He's in a very rough spot, trying to defend, just trying to interfere, but he has absolutely no boost. He's going to have to go back and get some. Thankfully, for the side of St. Clair in that situation, they were able to hang on just long enough so that they can get some more resources and get themselves back into this game. Trying to defend with no boost is basically a death sentence here in Rocket League. So we do see again, Endeavor would have been absolutely toast, but Kamal was there for the backup as well. Makes the save. Quick Boy into the Saints zone, going to put it high. It's going to be an awkward bounce, however. Might very well clear the zone, but actually Kanazai right there as well. Kamal dumping it right down into the corner of the Rutgers University zone. Bit of an awkward handle on it, however. Kamal nearly getting himself a shot. Grashi not getting as much of a hit as he would hope in this situation, but he does get off to Endeavor at least. Could follow it up with a shot for himself. Possible breakout opportunity. Good push aside. Good stop here from Kanazai. Back into the St. Clair zone. Kamal going to try and reverse it, play with it a little bit here in the corner. But you're not necessarily in the lead. Do you want to kill off the clock? I'm not 100% sure if that's necessarily the play you want to go for. But it's what they're going to try to do. Kamal versus Quick Boy. Quick Boy does not get stopped, but Velvix is back there to stop that shot from Kamal. Endeavor off the backboard, nobody home. Kamal gonna try and make it happen. Grashi's the last man back. Can he get the bounce necessary? Very awkward. Kanazai gonna try and stop it. Endeavor coming in clutch. He's gonna put St. Clair on the board with 30 seconds left. Not enough of a touch here. Very awkward angle for Kanazai. Velvix barely not going to be able to get himself a quarter panel on that at all. And now the pressure is on for Rutgers. They do not want their tournament run to end here. They've been doing a fantastic job so far in this tournament, and they've been putting the pressure here on the St. Clair squad. Can they get something to happen here in these last 30 seconds? The mental game for both of these teams are absolutely stressing right now, as, of course, trying to defend with a couple seconds left is absolutely crazy, and knowing you have to score or you're done is absolutely crazy. Grashi going to slow it down. Quick Boy's there, however. Who's back for the defense of St. Clair? Kamal is at the moment, and Kanazai forced to go all the way back. He has no boost. It's going to be one more push to try and make something happen. But if anything, it looks like it's St. Clair trying to get aggressive, and they get the demo, which is going to shut down Rutgers University's tournament run. Garashi with that little extra demo at the end stopped that from stopped that last second opportunity. Take the player away who had the ball. Beautifully done. See there, Kamal, not necessarily on top in regards to scoring in that one, but 4 saves here in that last game. Absolutely huge. Ever getting the goal, Garashi getting himself the assist. And that was a beautiful back and forth game. That's what we love to see. That is some Rocket League. Now with that, however, of course, once again, exclamation mark bracket in the Twitch chat. We'll bring up the bracket that we are looking up for who we get to play next. Turns out, it looks like we already know who our opponent is, and if the positioning says anything to it, it should actually be the first seed of this entire UConnect Collegiate Invitational Tournament, as it's going to be Arizona Esports who are going to be going up against next. This is the semifinals, so this is going to be the last match that we have for tonight. The grand finals will be held tomorrow, from what I understand, on the UConnect Esports stream. Unless we do get the opportunity to stream it, but we'll have to see. We have to get there first. Meanwhile, on the other side of things, on the other side of the bracket, the Shawnee State Bears, I know we played them, I think it was in NACE before. They're up against, I hate when teams do this, UIUC. Then on the bottom side, we have UH Esports, and I think that's University of Illinois Chicago. Currently on the other side of the semifinals. So this tournament getting closer and closer to the conclusion, especially for the coverage here tonight. But this next one here, coming up here for St. Clair, this is going to be a hard one. Looking forward to seeing how this new roster can tackle this. Where it's new roster, but it's a bunch of the same roster from before. You know what I'm saying, of course, like I was saying during the pre-show. I mean, Endeavor's been here since the team has basically been a thing. Garashi, he's been a sub since this team has basically been a thing. Finally getting himself some main roster start time. And then Kamal returning from last semester as well. And looking quite interesting, to say the least. But outside of the Rocket League side of things, do want to quickly pull up once again what we do have coming up in the future in regards to matches. Unless any other matches come up out of nowhere, kind of like how this whole tournament broadcast did. But as we move forward, of course, January 12th, the Hearthstone Collegiate scene gets back underway. Tuesday at 8 p.m. for that one. Then next Saturday, coming up the 16th, Face It Collegiate R6 Championships continue in some Rainbow Six Siege action at 3. We do it once again on Wednesday at 6 p.m. for Collegiate Hearthstone action, but then when the League of Legends team season also gets back underway, Thursday the 21st at 8 p.m. And then the last match I have scheduled as of this moment is some more Face It Collegiate R6 Championships on the 23rd at 3. Of course, if you've not done so already, be sure to follow us here on the Saints Gaming CA channel. Catch all of the matches live. Then sub to our YouTube to get access, of course, or I mean, don't have to be subscribed, but we'd definitely love it if you could, to our gigantic YouTube archive. And then be sure to follow us on Twitter for roster announcements and other esports announcements, and of course, match announcements. So be sure to do all of that while we have ourselves a break between this match with Arizona Esports and St. Clair College. Going to be happening probably about 5-10 minutes. Stick around. We'll get right back with the action, semifinals action, here in the UConnect Collegiate Invitational.